Guruji, would you bring more clarity to this mistaken notion that opinions, thoughts, words are actual seeing that which is? What are opinions, assumption, knowledge, and their relationship to that which is essence? Well, along the journey one can have insights, okay? Something that opens up and you see it and you feel it and you think it's a knowing. Well, in a way it is. It's kind of an inner prompting, but it's not actualized, okay? It's still very surface. Okay. It's the same thing with knowledge. People develop the city of knowledge, and anything you want to know can be known in the transient realm. Okay, I had that city at one time, and if you want to know about a subject, your focal point is that subject, and all of a sudden it's just known about, or it comes like line by line by line by line by line. Okay, but that all has to do with transient stuff. Okay. And these insights come to help to get you to be more in depth with your journey. Okay? And they're fun. They're great to have along the way. But it's not knowing until everything has fallen away in realization. Okay? So it just keeps one going on the path. And that's fine. But don't get too caught up in the insights. Okay? Just let them just say, oh, that's great. Okay, have a little bit more understanding. But that's not fully it. It needs to be actualized with realization. And then all these great insights and everything that came are blown out. All this gathered information that you thought was so wonderful and critical and vast blows out in realization. Okay. Because one enters the unknowing that's beyond knowledge. The unknowing that is beyond knowledge. Okay. So let the insights be in the transient part of the journey. Okay, they help to keep you going forward. That's good. Something clicks and you know you're on the right way. Okay. But don't stop short. Okay. A topic to discuss would be on the fear of failure to do with reaching realization. There's no ego that's going to reach realization. It's not a feather in one's cap. Okay? To enter realization, the ego and that me that has that fear of failure is going to dismantle. Okay? So the more you're feeding this fear, the more you are just distancing yourself from that which you want to reach. And the only way to reach there is to surrender and relax into it. Okay? Let go of the striving. Okay? Yes, one has to keep the focus on doing the practices, but one cannot have this ego idea that I'm going to reach there. Because the I that's trying to reach there is the ego that has no clue of how to get there. So this is why the practices are given. The practices carry a transmission, and why it says it happens by grace. One surrenders into the practices. Okay? At first, we start with surrender, and it's not surrender, it's submitting. Okay? I'm submitting and knowing that I have to do this to progress. But eventually, one develops the heart and we surrender into it. Okay? anyone that gets to realization, we cannot say that it was done by our effort. Absolutely not. But on the other hand, if there is no effort, it's not going to happen. Okay, one has to put it into motion, has to put these practices into motion. Okay. So we put it into motion and let it do its work. We don't run away from things. We sit with what comes up and we continue to surrender. We're not going to fight it. We're not going to cling to it. We're not going to push it away. We're going to see it as it is and then see deeper, go deeper to what's beneath it. Okay. So don't worry about fear of failure reaching realization. It takes lifetimes to get there. If it doesn't happen in this lifetime, you have all of eternity, okay? In the next life, you just pick up where you left off. Something will trigger it. Something will trigger it, and you take off from where you left off at. That's all. But then again also, don't waste time and think I've got lifetimes to do it either. Don't miss what opportunity you have in this lifetime to progress as much as you possibly can. Okay? Balance in all things.